the biblical prophets challenged the big boys and talked about it. And if you don't cooperate, big boy, I got the tea leaves here. If you don't get in line, good God Almighty, I'm telling you, well, if you don't shut up, old black behind prophet, we're going to kill all of your grown kids. Oh, no, don't do that, boss. Because if you do that, that's what's going to happen to you. Right? So, we're talking to people that understand the biblical framework. So we have to take Quran, the Sunnah, history, and our experience. But when we bringing it out, it's in the biblical. The biblical say yes.
Remember when you went to we went to the brother's funeral? Mayor Barry's son?
Yes, yes.
And then you went to talk?
Right.
And you ran the stuff down?
Right.
And the preacher came up behind you?
Right.
He said, I agree with everything Imam Musa said. And you put that in those type of terms, you know.
Of course. Who gonna talk to Chinese in Spanish? That's insane. What the niggas go over the thing and learn and then coming in there sprouting all that Arabic? So we just take the thing and read the Arabic and then take our dictionary and explain what it says. Make tafsir out of it, that's all. So, we're talking to the Negro, we're talking to the Americans. We get better play from Americans than we do from the Muslims sometimes.
Right.
Because we're talking to them. And they know that if people know you like them, you can say anything about them that you want. Sometimes I go to places and I make a little fun of maybe the Indian or the Pakistanis. So the other day when we're giving khutbah, the Pakistani brother there, he's happy as he can be. Because I'm telling the Mexican, I'm saying, look, Pakistanis do the white man like the Mexicans do that. Then he know that. He was just as happy when we were saying, this is what I do. But it all relates to our subjects. So anyway, this is very, very important. Quran, Sunnah, history, our experience, expressed in Negro historical biblical language. Why? Because many of the people we talk to are Negroes, and their language is biblical. Even if they're Muslim, they still got a biblical mind. Right? Hey man, the Negroes biblicalized. Okay. Yeah. So, do you know the Negro, they also talked about that letter and the one, the khutbah about helping white folks. Mm-hmm. You scared of white folks, that's why you don't want to fight the white folks. And the way it is right, I told them you can say what you want, I'm not going to, because I just want to hear, and I'm not going to try to explain something something that they don't want to know anyway. So, that's our job, to help all the people. And that's the reason I went over the ayats again. You know, that this is our job. And if we don't fight Negroes, why would we want to fight white people? Keep your mind and focus on the troublemaker. Imagine when we get the point across to the white folks. All of the poor white folks are like Trump. They just haven't heard the reality yet, that's all. Imagine when we got to take it easy with them, because they like the old food. So we ain't going to make too much fun of them, but we're going to break it down over a period of time, and they're going to get the idea. Then Don's going to have to watch out, because it's just simple math. You got a phony billionaire that want to help you? You must be. Has that ever happened in history? Well, he speaks our language. Yeah, that's what he do. He talk your language. But do you get any greed for it or any stability? No. You just turn it out to be dope fiends.
And dead.
Dope fiends and dead. Every new opiate thing that come out is worse than the one before. I never thought that they would bump off white folks worse than Negroes. And we survived it, so we're going to help them. That's our job. They don't believe that Negroes, they don't believe that movement people that have any sense would really apply the principle of love. They don't believe it. They don't understand it. It ain't possible. Because they judge everybody by themselves. I wouldn't do it. And our people would judge me and you that way too. If I can't do it, I don't believe you can do it either. That's the way they look. That's why we're showing them that, okay, if that's the way you do it. They believe in seeing is believing. It's a little reverse. If you believe it, you're going to see it. But we have to use seeing is believing. So if they see us do it, then they can believe it. After they try it a little bit, then they will begin to believe it themselves. They don't need us no more. I'm going to try to speed up here. Bismillah. Well, would you turn the heat up just a little bit? So call them out on their behavior. There's a lot of things that's happening in the system. To prove its decline, it's let everything go by. Remember when the Berlin Wall fell and Russia the Soviet Union collapsed. There was no enemies to fight. There was opportunity. They were unipolar. They were still powerful. And they could have fixed everything in the world. They could have cut back on arms and all of that. It was just right there. They was calling it a peace dividend. And all the smart white folks was saying, where's the peace dividend? Why don't we cut back on the military? So right after that, they jumped into Iraq, the biggest invasion since World War II. 500,000 people invading Iraq. Well, they made the Saudis pay for it, but can you imagine? No peace dividend. So what do? You can read any of the old newspapers and Time and Newsweek. What do it say? They had a crescent and a star, the new enemy. They chose the new enemy. They chose us. So 9/11, the whole world was sympathized with America. Iranians was like, where are Americans too? Not America. Then they come back with the Gulf War. We told them, you can't, you're going to go over there and Afghanistan, or you're going to get Iraq. Well, this is different. And we told them the historical differences. See, they don't seem to remember. We told them that Iraqis have a history of cowardice. So they backed up on Imam Hussein, they backed up on Imam Ali. They got there, especially Shia. They said it was a little funny. But not to us, but that's what they said. So, when Iraq attacked Iran in 1980, most of the Shias was surrendering so fast, they didn't want to fight their own boys. That the revolutionary, well, let's call it Republican guards from Saddam Hussein, if you tried to run back from the front line, they would shoot you. If you tried to run and surrender, they would shoot you. Okay. Then in the 1991 war, there was a discussion in the parliament, the Masjid in Iran. Should we fight with the Iraqis against the U.S.? Now, that's only 3 years after the war between Iran and Iraq. What was the decision? We won't fight with them because as soon as we get to fighting, they'll surrender. That was their history. That was true. When they invaded in 2003, they was going off of that. Their assessment was correct. Think back to 2003, we said these exact words: no. This is a different environmental circumstances. This is different. You see what I mean? And it was true. They rolled into Iraq, but Iraq was ready to fight this time. So they blew it. But we told them that from day one. They had a chance. When the people elected Obama, they could have sold ice to Eskimos. Remember Obama, before he was elected, he went to Germany. It was 235,000 white folks cheering. America is post-racist. They got a black man that they might elect. That's just wonderful for all the Europeans and America. Oh my God, look at that. They could have, like I said, sold ice cream. They could have sold ice to Eskimos. They didn't. They blew it. We're going to make sure you don't do nothing. And said it. We're going to make sure. Can you imagine you're the president and the Congress say to you, we blocking any and everything. We want to make sure you're one-term president. Well, he didn't. He's two-term president. But they came out against him, and it's been to the total detriment of their own country.
Right now, Ryan and McConnell,
Yeah.
they act like two punks when it comes to Trump.
Yeah.
Those are the main two guys that was all on talking to Obama like he was a servant.
Yeah.
But with Trump, you can't hear them say not one mumbling word about we're going to make you a one-term president. It don't even cross their mind.
Hey, that's their problem. Think about it. What we said was, we're going to harass you and mess with you and discombobulate your thinking so bad that you're going to accelerate your own decline. We said that in words. We meant that it was going to go down at 20 miles an hour. We didn't mean that it was going to put the pedal to the metal and head down at 180, 200 miles an hour. Hey man, Allah's in charge. We're going to tell them. So they had an opportunity. They haven't fixed nothing. The U.S. is a laughing stock of the world. The laughing stock. The people just start rolling, and is Donald Trump presidential? That boy is foolish. Foreign people got comedy shows about Donald, right? All in Mexico, all brown-faced people, everybody, they got funny-looking outfits to make them look like Donald. It's hilarious. They're the laughing stock of the world. And the stock market, everybody, y'all, I heard that a lot of pension funds is back in the market. Y'all better take care of money. This is January. You better get your money out of there tomorrow, the next day. I mean, day after tomorrow. Because that's the whole deal. The big white folks blow up the market till you say, well, I'm getting in there. When you get in there, pension funds and other retirement fund, that's real money. Okay? Anytime that boy starts flying up for no reason, see, a real stock market wouldn't increase because of Donald Trump, because the stock market goes up when there's assured stability. Donald Trump is assured instability. You can't plan what you're going to do tomorrow. So the stock market don't know if they're blowing it up. Take your money out now. All the poor people, y'all medium-sized poor people, take your money out tomorrow, the 22nd of January. Sell your stuff now. That boy is getting ready to take a fall. It's got to. They're blowing it up. They're blowing it up. But their plan is what they always do. They don't have no industry, no way to make no money. So the stock market is a big fish net. All they do, look at Imam, look at 2007 and 8. They got you to borrow money, they blew you up. Then they crashed the stock market down to 600. Because they already sell their stuff. When it goes down to 600, they could make triple or quadruple their money. They take a little bit of that and they buy everything at 600, 700, 800. Then they keep blowing it back up. After you get up a ways, then you start putting your money in. That's real money. They keep blowing it up, blowing it up, blowing it up, and then they crash it. After they take their money, real money out, that's your money. And this now at 26, they plan to crash it. They'll go back down to 600 or 700. They'll have 50 times their profit. They'll take 2 or 3 cents out of that and buy everything else when it crashes again and send you through that. They've been doing that since 87. Yeah. And y'all go for it. Okay, fine. If you trust old Don and the people, go ahead, go ahead. Okay, psychological guerrilla warfare. Discombobulated. Hey man, they discombobulated so bad, it's a shame. I don't want to mention the jail experience again, but it was a wonderful experience. It was a wonderful experience. What I talked about, it's just a beautiful experience. That's all I can say. Our dear Iranians, they better straighten up in a hurry because we just been holding back. But ain't nobody gonna sit back and let y'all try to ruin nothing, you know what I mean? So we hope you straighten up, fly right, and you know, okay. Let's see what else we got. We don't have to talk about the white man, but we'll talk. The white man means the system, not a physical white man. We are not racist. We're the less racist people you've ever interviewed, whatever this way, I'm telling you. Okay, Sabiqun Liberation Army, Sabiqun Movement. We talked about physical fitness and spiritual fitness. Okay, are there any questions or any comments about anything that was said?
There was Brother Desmond. He asked, he says, I was talking to someone today about the new Black Panther Party. Were you an original member? Did you run with Huey and Bobby? Also, he says, Allah says, fight oppression in the Quran. That's what the Panthers were doing. Some members were Muslim. Do you know any good active members?
Okay.
That's pretty much.
Okay. Of course, I was in Oakland. The party is there. Let me mention again. Everybody from East Oakland know. What's the name? Who did all the drawing? He was from East Oakland.
Emory
Yeah,
does.
yeah. Okay. So, I don't know if I showed y'all any of the pictures of the freeway, and all that. But we were always supportive of the Black Conscious Movement. And also, the Black Panther movement was very global conscious. So when I was finished with the government, I went into exile. I was in Algeria with Eldridge, was over there, although that was a split. But I wasn't involved in this. I was involved in the ideas of the Panther Party. So out of the functional Muslims that I know in the party in those days was Sekou Dinga. Sekou Dinga, who's in New York now, he was a functional Muslim. But my best friend in the party was Pete O'Neill. He took over after Eldridge stepped down. Okay. So I know many of the brothers, tons of the brothers in the party in Oakland. We was all there together. We've always supported the party financially. And when we left the country, everybody, it's an open record that we supported the party financially and every other way we could. Yep.